Our guest today is a 58-year-old Australian cis female. She's bisexual, demisexual, sapiosexual, and just, sexual. She feels kink is a pop culture construct that doesn't necessarily fit her sexuality, but neither does vanilla. Some would regard her sexuality as kinky. She's a feminist, artist, journalist, podcaster, performer, muse from Sydney, Australia. Welcome, Rose Cooper.
This is really cool because we haven't even started speaking about the topic that we're going to speak about. And you said masters, and I'm thinking, what have you got a master's in?
No, my master. my dominant.
Yeah. So that gives us a good segue. Hello, WYOH. How are you?
Hi, Rose. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, it's really
I'm so happy to be talking to you again.
I think the coolest thing about doing interviews, it's my way to connect with not only the person I'm talking to, but connect to myself as well and who I am in the space of intimacy.
Absolutely. I've been thinking a lot lately. I think you would connect with this, and maybe our initial conversation planted this seed, but I've been thinking a lot about the erotic energy we as artists, as creative humans in general, can exchange. And I mean like erotic in the broadest sense. And so I feel like it's that energetic exchange. And I think that's what I like so much about sharing sex stories and hearing other people's sex stories is it's sort of like a segue into like a depth of relationship that you normally don't get with like strangers.
Absolutely. As I look into your face right now and listen to your voice, I just feel this beautiful warm glow. And I think that's that erotic energy as well, because we're combining our experience with the moment that we're allowing to happen and unfold.
Yes. And just to speak to my side of a similar thing, it's not happening in a vacuum. It is for me oftentimes the connection. And so I think that that's the other beautiful gift is finding ways to use the internet like this to talk to you on the other side of the world in this time where it's so important to be able to reach out and feel comfort from someone. Like these times where and I think there is so much like beauty in the connection, our ability to connect with and hold each other from afar, from all over the world. So that's like so I think that's also one of the things that drew me to you is I sort of get the vibe that you have that same big picture like I'm so stupidly hopeful sometimes, but I just think that we can find ways to replace the fear that's causing this hate and violence with love. Like I think it's possible. Will we do it? I don't know, but like I'm gonna do what I can.
Yeah.
I feel like I learned so much from you in our interview. I keep like the thing I think I've reflected on the most has been like the guttural sounds, the like letting your body make the sound until your body follows, and that I just wasn't conscious of, and it's been such a sexy gift.
Yay.
Can you tell I'm alone all the time? And I'm like, I just need a person to talk to about stuff and ideas.
I did want to follow up on that because I gave you some homework. See what happens, and open your mouth and tilt your head back or grunt or whatever the sound is. Just experiment with them. So let's just talk about that for a sec then.
I love taking naked pictures. And I realized recently that it really is more for myself than for anyone else. And I like taking them. That's like a reward to myself for when I need a break or something. And so the thing that your homework, your permission to allow my voice to speak with pleasure without moderating it, that's allowed me to find new freedom in those photos and to like let my mouth be open and my throat be open and these other positions that I think for me people I'm a funny sort of shy. I am shy. People are like, you share everything, you're so brave, you're so free. Well, no, I'm not. Like I mean I just have different things that I'm uncrinkling at different amounts. And so for me, just like having an open mouth, like making a really sexy face is kind of a big deal for me. And so that's been seeping in and it just feels like, oh yeah, fuck it. And so for me, I think funnily enough, it's like in all of my sharing, I'm learning what to cover up, and I did have a bit of a shame spiral recently because I've been listening to all the Brene Brown books. I've listened to all of them in reverse order. So I still have to read gifts of imperfection.
Okay.
But there's a section on oversharing, and I was like, oh my God, am I oversharing to everybody? Because she talks about, you have to build a certain amount of trust with people. And I've been just sharing my personal details for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But the thing that makes it different when you're working with a broad audience is like clarity of purpose. Is it processed, or are you like seeking something inappropriate from the audience, and like having clarity around your own boundaries? And those are things that luckily I think I have really, really a lot of clarity on, because I'm such a mission driven purpose. I'm such a purpose driven, mission driven person.
I get it. No, I totally get it.
And I just want to
like,
share the sexual joy.
yeah, and it's also in the moment, if you feel there's a teaching moment, you do sort of go, okay, I have to be uninhibited in this teaching moment to tell someone something. The really interesting thing about you, and how you and I connected so well is I can be a little bit triggered and a little bit dodgy when it comes to talking about certain subjects and seeing certain imagery. And I can't even sometimes fully understand why I feel what I feel, whether it's insecurity or not jealousy or envy, but I don't know. I'm really, really lost for why some things trigger me and some things don't, with regards to nudity and disclosure and all that sort of stuff. And I think the content is almost completely irrelevant. It's because I know what you're trying to do. It's because I know what your intention is. And when I know,
But would you tell me if you thought I was going about it wildly wrong? Because I have my niggling fear is that I'm just like totally off my rocker and no one will tell me because they're amused or something,
No, that's I feel what you're saying so much.
Do you?
Because well, the reason is when I wanted to come in to do podcasts and get onto social media to promote it and all that sort of stuff, I had a fear or apprehension about having to promote myself, which kind of means in social media terms, promote my visage, work out whether or not what that might look like. And I'm really just trying to get into who I am, why I am, all that sort of stuff. So now you got to then transpose that into who am I as this person on the internet. And I'm like,
which is a horrible form of torture.
It is. It's weird. It's weird. But
it's because you have to tell the story about yourself, and you're like, but I'm 1,000 stories, one story, and what's the most effective story, and who am I? Like